chapter, the weightage is around 5 to 6 marks. Almost very important topic. The first and foremost question that I would like to clarify. First of all, what we are going to learn in this chapter? We are going to learn what is a meaning of deposit. We are going to learn what is meant by deposit. We are also going to learn what is not a deposit. The law has defined 18 cases where we don't consider those 18 cases as deposits. What is meaning of deposit? What is not a deposit? Who is a depositor? Who is a depositor? Who can be a depositor? Who can be a depositor? Depositor can be either member of the company or an outsider. If the company is issuing, if the company is raising, if the company is accepting deposits from members, what is the procedure to be followed? Some 25 points are there, steps are there, 25 steps are there. What is the procedure to accept a deposit from an outsider, public? Here also some 25 to 30 steps are there. Then we are going to learn what are the consequences if the company contravenes with the provisions of the deposits. What are the contravenes? Provisions of the deposits. What are the consequences for contravention of deposits? This is the entire thing that we are going to learn. What is deposit? What is not a deposit? Which companies are permitted to go for deposits, which are not permitted? Who is a depositor? How to issue to a member deposits? And how to raise money from public deposits. This is what we are going to learn. Now, before I again proceed further, first let us understand. I don't know how many of you get this doubt. So, what is the difference between a debenture and deposit? I will once again tell these points with even more additional points at the end of deposit chapter. But first, let me clarify. So, what is a debenture and deposit? What are the differences? I don't know how many of you have got this. If you observe from Schedule 3 point of view, both these items are liabilities. Both these items are liabilities. Both these items will come under liability side of the balance sheet. They do not fall under shareholder funds. They do not fall under shareholder funds. Debentures is a borrowing, and of course, deposits is also borrowing. I am getting deposit from public. Your money I am getting. Like bank is getting your money into their bank. You are saving and parking your money in a bank. Savings account or whatever. That's a deposit in a bank. But for a bank, it is a loan. It's a borrowing. So what is the difference between a deposit and debenture? When both are borrowings, why two different modes are there? When both are simply speaking borrowings. On both the items you are paying interest. Here also you are paying interest. So what is the difference? So debenture means it's a security. Debenture is not a security. Debenture is not a share or security. Debenture is a security. Is it the only point that differentiate between debentures and deposits? No. Even for deposit, we will give a proof. We will give a proof of receipt. Proof of receipt of debenture. Deposit we will give. For debenture, proof of receipt is debenture certificate. Certificate. Here, deposit certificate. Both are DC only. So, what is the difference then? A private limited company can issue debentures to public. Not only in India, in many jurisdictions, this is possible. Of course, till date, no company has issued, but I'm telling you, if you see section 71 of the Companies Act, there is no express prohibition on a private company to issue debentures. A private company is permitted to issue debentures to public. But of course, there are certain norms to be followed. Whenever public interest is involved, SEBI norms have to be followed. But if you see section 73, a private company is prohibited to issue, to accept deposits from non-members. Deposits from non-members means outsiders. You can issue debentures to non-members, but you cannot, means you can borrow money from non-member in the form of debenture. But you cannot borrow money in the form of deposit from a non-member. That's the one crux. That's the one differentiating factor between a debenture and between a deposit. If at all you want me to divide, this is how I can divide. Second one, which I strongly feel. What is second difference? Debentures can be generally unsecured. Deposits are mostly secured. Mostly secured. Issue of debentures require prospectus. Issue of deposits, rising of deposits do not require prospectus, but here instead of prospectus we call it a circular. Circular is enough. Issue of debentures can only through stock exchanges. Debentures, private placement not required, stock exchange. Deposits, of course listed companies will go with SEBI route only. Of course they go with SEBI route only. Prospectus not required. Merchant bankers, lead merchant, like underwriters, these are not required. The flotation cost will be high in case of debentures, low in case of deposits. Maximum repayment period for deposits is 3 years. Maximum for how many years I can borrow money in the form of deposit? 3 years. Debentures 10 years. Minimum repayment period for deposits is 6 months. 6 months is minimum period for which you should accept. Debentures, no such minimum criteria was given. This is the difference between debenture and deposit. On both the cases, what you're paying is interest, and that interest is tax deductible. And for the receiver, the depositor, the interest is taxable under income from other sources under income tax. Apart from this, there is no much difference between debenture and between deposit. Can you please let me know, have you understood these differences? See, whatever the differences I told, they will definitely have certain exceptions. But I told what are the general differences between a deposit and a debenture. Kindly, Vamsi Venkat, reply me. Have you understood clearly? Yeah. Thanks, Lavanya. Now I'll proceed with what is meant by a deposit. What is meant by a deposit? Okay, so I'll unmute somebody. Some of you please read. So deposit related, whenever a company want to accept money in the form of deposit, raw money, and give a certificate like a fixed deposit, like how banks give FD certificate, give that. Getting it? So I'll tell you one more point I'll tell you. Debentures, you can transfer from one person, one more peculiar difference. You can transfer, a person can transfer debentures to another person. This is very important difference. Whereas deposit, no transfer provision. In fact, this is a tiebreaker rule. A person gave me money. He want to transfer deposit certificate to another person. No. But his legal heir can take. Transmission can happen. Transfer cannot happen. Debenture, if you want to sell debentures to somebody, if company articles of association permits, yes, you can sell. But debentures, if whether articles permit or not, doesn't matter. Companies Act, there is no provision for transfer. Suppose you opened a fixed deposit in a bank. You want to transfer the deposit to somebody. You go and ask the bank, sir, please give that money to somebody. First, what bank will do, sir, I will give you back your money. You give whatever you want. They don't transfer. Transfer provision is not there in case of deposit. Whereas in debenture, there is a provision called transfer. No. So for deposits, section 73 to 76A, only 4 sections were there of the Companies Act govern deposit related rules and regulations, and all contraventions, procedure for issue, rules, regulations, everything were discussed there. And not only that, acceptance of deposits rules were also there, which will govern the law. I remember I have not given you the material. Tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll give it to you. So please wait. Still some editing is to be done. Some more points I need to add. Okay. I mean, few questions are completed. Later questions, I need to add certain points. Now, I'll unmute somebody. Vamshi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, Vamshi. I accidentally muted again. Yeah, please come on. Yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the difference between deposit and debenture?
Yes, sir.
Both are same, both are borrowals. But what is the tiebreaker rule? Debenture can be transferable. Deposit, prohibition on transfer. Transfer itself is impossible. Yeah, please.
Introduction. Acceptance of deposits from the members as well as public at large are an important source of finance for the corporate sector.
Yes.
It is therefore necessary to control the companies which invite deposits in order to safeguard the general and wider interest of all those persons who provide deposits out of their precious savings.
Yes. The statutory provisions are contained in 73 to 76A, and also the procedures for deposits is given under Acceptance of Deposits Rule 2014. They govern the rules and regulations relating to deposits. Now one more point I would like to tell. Be online, Vamshi, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. One more point which I would like to tell. I suddenly forgot. Okay, first let us proceed. Anyhow, if at all I remember again, suddenly I'll tell that point. Of course, not academically relevant, but deposit, I want to give an example. Yeah, fine. Question number 1.
Explain the meaning of the term deposit under Companies Act 2013.
Yes.
Answer. Definition. Section 2, subsection 31. The term deposit includes any receipt of money by way of deposit or loan or in any other form by a company, but does not include such categories of amount as may be prescribed in consultation with the Reserve Bank of India.
So this is the definition of deposit. Now let's decode the definition. What is there in the definition? The definition is deposit is inclusive one, because the word user is includes. They didn't say deposit means.
Yes, sir.
They didn't tell you the word means. They didn't give you exhaustive definition. They gave you inclusive definition. Getting the point? So the deposit is an inclusive one. So what are they saying? Money received by way of deposit, by way of loan, or you are calling it with some other name, whatever. You may call it with some other name, some other form you can tell. You may tell security deposit. You may tell caution deposit. Where the deposit is time bound, you have to repay within a particular time. You cannot issue irredeemable. Once you have taken a deposit, you have to pay back. And it may be secure deposit or unsecured, but most of the deposits are generally secured. It does not include prescribed categories of amounts. What are not to be considered as deposits? They have given a list in Rule 201C. 18 items are not treated as deposits. And a private company can accept deposits only from members. A public company can accept deposits from members as well as from public if it fulfills certain parameters and conditions. Understood the definition of deposit, Vamshi?
Yes, sir.
Now, who is a depositor? Let us discuss who is a depositor. The person who is depositing money is a depositor, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Now you see,
Yes,
here, who is the depositor? Depositor means a member of the company who has made a deposit with company. First point. Any person who has made a deposit with the public company in accordance with provision. Tell me, they can simply say any person who deposited, with company is a depositor. No, they can simply say with one line. No? Why did they say 2 points?
Private and public companies.
To differentiate between private and public. See, a private company can accept deposit from member, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes,
but can a private company accept deposit from public?
No, sir.
That's why a member of a company who has made a deposit with the company, this company may be private or this company might be public. Both are permitted to accept deposit from member. Whereas you see the B point, any person who has made a deposit with a public company, they are only talking about
public company.
Any person means other than member, right?
Yes, sir.
So non-member can become a depositor only in public company, not in a private company. To differentiate that, 2 points they wrote. So depositor definition itself is saying a private company cannot accept deposit from non-member. A public company is eligible to accept deposit from a non-member. The definition of depositor itself says that. The rule 21D, the definition is contained in the acceptance of deposit rules 2014. In that rule number 2 is that the rule 2 clause 1 subclause D, that itself is saying. In other words, any member of a private or public company who has deposited money with the company is a depositor. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any person, even if he is not a member of the company, who has deposited with public company is also a depositor. Simply, depositor may be member, non-member. They can write like this. No. Why they did not write like that? Why this much detailed definition? Because if this sentence is given, depositor can be a member or can be a non-member. If I say the definition like this, in a private company, if this definition is applied, even in private company, depositor can be non-member. Are you getting a misinterpretation or not?
Yes, sir.
So they gave a detailed definition for the meaning of depositor. This can be asked as an MCQ. Are you clear? This can be asked as an NPU and MCQ.
Yes, sir.
Which of the following statement is correct? A member of a company who has made deposit with the company is a depositor. Correct? Statement is correct. Second person. Any person other than a member who has made a deposit with a public company is also a depositor. Statement 3. A private company cannot accept deposit from public. That is also correct statement. Statement 4. Depositor may be a member or may not be a member. Generalized statement. 4 statements happen. Which one is false? Fourth statement.
First.
False statement. Are you able to understand? MCQ can be tested in this way. Now, which companies are permitted, which companies are not permitted? Which companies are permitted and which companies are not permitted? Let us discuss about section 73. The 73 starts with a negative framing. No company can accept deposits from public. The section itself straight away starts with a negative framing. No company can accept or renew deposits from public unless it follows the procedure given under chapter 5 of the Companies Act. Unless it follows 73 to 76 provision, they cannot accept deposits from public. Nobody can follow. See, this prohibitive provision, no, this is a prohibitive provision. This says a company is not permitted to accept deposits. This prohibitive provision is not applicable for banks, is not applicable for NBFCs, is not applicable for housing finance companies, is not applicable for other specified central government related companies. Why? You know, for a banking business, NBFC, housing finance companies, for them, it is a regular activity for them to take deposits, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
For them, it is a regular activity to take a deposit. So they regularly take deposits from banks and all will regularly take. So for them, this provision is not applicable. Which means the intention of section 73 is to cover which companies? Is to cover those companies which are not engaged in banking business, which are not engaged in financial activities. Yes or no? A non-banking company and a non-financial company, if at all they want to get money from public, if at all they want to get money from public, they have to be regulated. See, bank is regulated by RBI, NBFCs are regulated by RBI, National Housing Finance companies are regulated by National Housing Bank. The other companies are regulated by central government or some authorized person is there. What about a normal company which is not a bank? What about a normal company which is not a financial institution? If they get public money, how to regulate them? Companies Act is there. Understood, Vamshi? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Are you there, Vamshi? Do you understand
Yes,
this point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please read this question number 5. Prohibitive provision. They may ask you a straight question from this. Write about prohibitive provision of deposit. Yeah.
Write about prohibitive provisions and companies that are exempt from prohibitive provisions for acceptance of public deposits.
What is a prohibitive provision? It's a general provision which prohibits every company to go for deposit except subject to rules and regulations. Yeah, please read.
Prohibitive provision, section 73, subsection 1. According to section 73, subsection of the Act, no company can accept or renew deposits from public unless it follows the manner provided under chapter 5. contains provisions regarding acceptance of deposits by companies of the Act for acceptance or renewal of deposits from public. Manner of acceptance of deposits from public is explained later in the chapter.
Yeah, whatever. What is the manner of accepting deposits from public? In this chapter, what is the procedure for acceptance of deposits? The procedure has been separately discussed with respect to accepting for members, with respect to accepting from non-members, means public. The procedures are discussed separately. Okay, now exempted companies. To which companies this prohibition do not apply? To which companies Companies Act is not applicable? Simply
Banking,
banking company, NBFC,
finance,
yeah, housing finance company. Yeah, please read that.
exempted companies.
Yes.
Prohibition on the acceptance or renewal of deposits from the public shall not apply to the following types of companies. Any banking companies, any non-banking financial companies as defined in the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, any housing financing company registered with National Housing Bank established under the National Housing Bank,
NHB Act, or such other company as central government may specify after consultation with RBI. In other words, why this entire prohibition, exemption, all that is given? Yeah, please read that. What is the intention?
In other words, above referred companies are exempted from the deposit provisions. This brings out the fact that deposit provisions as contained in the Companies Act 2013 are meant to regulate acceptance of deposits by non-banking, non-financial companies, that is manufacturing, trading companies, etc. only.
So what is that? Like, what is that intention? So this Companies Act intention is to regulate acceptance of deposits by non-banking, because these are not regulated by RBI. Non-financial, these are not regulated by RBI, national housing banks, all that. So like manufacturing, trading companies, if at all they want to take money from public, then there should be some regulatory, and that regulatory is Companies Act. If you remember, Vamshi, when I'm telling the beginning of company law, I told you, suppose if someone asks me what is an income tax law or GST law, I say this is revenue law. They are revenue laws. So they bring revenue. What is the purpose of Companies Act, Vamshi? Is it to get revenue? What is the purpose of Companies Act, Vamshi? Vamshi, are you there? What happened, Vamshi? Vamshi?
The network.
Okay, fine. Now is it clear? Okay. Companies Act, the purpose is to regulate. The Companies Act, the purpose is to regulate. So regulate is the provision, purpose of Companies Act. Companies Act purpose is to regulate companies. Remember, company is an artificial person. It doesn't have any identity. But this company gets money from lakhs of people. But this company is regulated. This entire money is regulated by very few persons, 5 to 10 persons, called board of directors. Now, public money is regulated by limited people who do not own that money. So we need to govern them. We need to regulate them. Otherwise, public will lose money. As a government, your responsibility is to regulate this. So you introduced the Companies Act. That's it. Same way, Corporate Society Act, LLP Act, all these are same intentions. Now, next. Now let us look at. So, which companies are eligible to accept from public? Okay, that we will see later. Let us look at the prohibitive. What is not a deposit? Now we have seen what is a deposit, who is a depositor, and what is the prohibition on deposits. So we have seen these 3 points. Now let us see. Deposit is an inclusive definition, right? So the law has to define what is not a deposit. So what is not a deposit? It was given in Companies Acceptance of Deposit Rules, Rule 2(1)(c). So it was given there. So what is not a deposit? Question number 2. So Vamshi there? I think some disturbance was there. Venkat, please come online.
Good evening,
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Just can you hold for 2 minutes? I'll just come back in 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Just come back.